Stop number 29 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Martinsville Speedway in Martinsville, Virginia for the second stop here on the tour. We are here today for the running of the Goody's Body Paint 500 as we're set for 75 laps of action on this 0.526 mile racetrack. And here's starting out for today's running event. On the pole is Charles Sanford, car 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. Not yet a winner this season, but he's looking to pull on off here finally for the first time this season. Can he do it? Well, we'll find out. He'll be alongside number 88, Keith Batson. The Quality Care Services Ford Credit Ford Taurus. Both these drivers have in-car cameras in today's event as well, too. Second row, Batson, by the way, a winner this season at Talladega and Riverside. Second row has Cole Deaver. Nearly won here in the first race here in Martinsville, except, unfortunately, lap traffic cost him in that race. So he'll be alongside car 89 that racing with Jesus Dodge. It is Quentin Moore. He won this season at Atlanta. Third row has two-time winner this season, I should say, Levi McIntyre, the Aflac Ford Fusion. He won at Bristol, and he won in Bristol in that race, and he also won at the first race at Dover. He'll be alongside Dylan Young in car number 2, the Miller Lite Dodge. Fourth row, Johnny Gardner, the Pocono winner in the Altima 1 Dodge. He'll be alongside the Watkins Glen winner, Jesse Turner in car 01, the U.S. Army Pontiac. Fifth row has Zach Rogers in car 33, four-time winner this season so far, the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. He won at Richmond, Bristol, Texas, and at New Hampshire. He'll be alongside Mitchell Collins in car number 11. Next row down has car number 14, Tristan Allen, and beside him, number 7, it is Jackson Haywood. Next row down has the man going for 4 in a row, Seth Cole in car 98, the Kayla Ford Fusion. He won a season at the second race at Dover. He also won Darlington, the Southern 500. He also won at the second Richmond race, and he also won at Auto Club this season too. He'll be alongside Sky Cummins in car number 40, the Coors Light Dodge. Another Coors Light car, Kyle Mendes looking for the Martinsville Sweep this season. He won here and also at Rockingham, the first race over there. He's in the Coors Light Pontiac car 42. Beside him, car 20, it is Emmanuel Hartnett. Kyle, by the way, is the points leader coming in this event. Next row down is car number 1, Nathan Orman, and number 21, Benjamin Miles. Next row down has car number 78, Joshua Osborne, the winner this season at both Michigan races and also the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. He's alongside the first Darlington winner of the season. It is Phil Parker. Next row down has car 4, William Brock and the Kodak Film Chevy, and number 30, Shane Lincoln, the Pennzoil Pontiac. Next row down, Zach Winkle in 26, the Irwin Tools Ford, and Ryan Brummer in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Next row down has Kev Shearer in 00, the winner this season at Sonoma. Beside him, it will be car 8. It is Rob Evans. He'll be the next row down. Next row down is number 15, Ryan George, the second Pocono winner this season. Beside him will be car 22, Dylan Poteet in the Caterpillar Pontiac. Next row down is car number 5, Jay Jefferson, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. And Cat Batson in car 20, Texaco Haviland Ford. Next row down is car number 43, Mike Becker, the Daytona 500 champion. And 18, Matt Haas, who won the first race at Talladega this season. Next row down, Carson Gum in 19 and 16, Paul Mennick. Next row down has number 9, Zachary Fitzwater, and number 55, Daniel Bouchard. Next row down is car 31, James Henry, and number 71, Matthew Logan. And starting shotgun the field will be car 48, Michael Whitman, and number 32, it is 71. Actually, I'm going to say 71 is actually Jeremy Diaz. Excuse me. He's the one starting alongside 31, James Henry. Excuse me. Starting shotgun would be Michael Whitman in 48 and Matthew Logan in 32, who won a season at Charlotte in the 600, the Tide Pontiac. So my mistake on that. Our third in-car camera, by the way, will ride inside Dylan Young's car. By the way, he, Charles Sanford, and Keith Batson will have our in-car cameras. 75 minutes of action here today on this 0.526 mile paperclip shaped racetrack that is Martinsville, the shortest and the slowest of the short tracks that we run on the Castrol GTX Cup Series schedule. So here comes command to fire the engines for here at Martinsville.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
We mentioned we talked about how few times about how things can change in the points chase. Well, things changed a lot after Dover and after Kyle Matthews and Levi McIntyre were involved in an earlier altercation at the race at Dover on the second lap. Well, Levi's points total is now down to 162 back in seventh position. He's where he dropped. Once he was fourth coming in the Dover, while Kyle Matthews, who's 100 plus point lead going in the Dover, is now down to about 20 points now over second place. Keith Batson is right now currently second position in points. As the green flag falls, we are underway here at Martinsville. The pole speed for this event here at Martinsville, just over 94 miles per hour here on this racetrack. That's how slow these cars do run on this racetrack. As Charles Sammer leads the first lap here, Cole Deaver goes to second position. Third is Keith Batson. Battling for fourth position is Levi McIntyre and Johnny Gardner going at it. As you see the 3 and the 88 cars going at it, that's for second place. Inside with Keith Batson, the Quality Care Service Ford. See how fast he goes into the turns and down to turn 3 at about 66 miles an hour. And up to about 118 going into turn number 1. See the tachometer right there on this part of the screen right there is down to about 4,500 in the middle of the turns, and up to about 8,750 in the middle of in the turn number 3. So how fast he turns it going into turn number 1, and again about maybe 8,700 going into turn number 1. So Keith Batson right now runs in third position at the moment. Laps click off very quickly here in Martinsville, about 20 seconds a lap on this racetrack. Levi McIntyre runs fourth. Fifth is Johnny Gardner. Sixth position is now Zach Rogers. Tristan Allen having a good run right now, running seventh. Qualified well, too. He qualified 11th for this event. Eighth is Quentin Moore. Ninth is Sky Cummins. And Dylan Young runs in 10th. Seth Cole has already picked up a few positions right now. He runs in 11th position. He had a good top 5 run when he was last here. Kyle Matthews rides in 12th position. 13th is Jesse Turner. 14th is Mitchell Collins. Meantime, Jackson Haywood getting around Joshua Osborne for position. That's for 15th, I believe. Osborne dropped to 16th, maybe 17th now as Nathan Ormond goes to the low side. A pair of Bass Pro Shops Trekker Boats cars. One a Toyota and the other a Chevy. That's the Chevy going by right there. That is the car of Ormond, as we mentioned before. That is a 2012 Chevy's driving, by the way. Osborne, a 2016 Toyota, excuse me. So 16th place on your screen right there, going at it here. That's William Brock in the 4 car, running in 18th position, excuse me. Emmanuel Harton at 19th, and 20th is Benjamin Miles. Miles looking to the low side now in the 20 car, but falls back in behind. Zach Winkle right now runs in 21st. 22nd is Kev Shear. 23rd, Ryan George. 24th is Jay Jefferson. 25th, matching his car numbers, Phil Parker. Shane Lake, 26th. 27th is Mike Becker. 28th, Zachary Fitzwater. 29th, James Henry, and Carson Gum rides in 30th position. There you see some of the rest of the drivers in the field right there. As we go back to them later, it is still Charles Sanford leading the field here at Martinsville Speedway, with Cole Deaver hot on his heels in second position right now at the moment. So you got a Gordon car out in front and an Earnhardt car in second position, and you got a Jarrett car running in third. And so two Fords facing two. They're chasing 2 Chevys right now in the top 2 spots. So Chevy's first and second, Ford's third and fourth, and a Dodge in fifth with Johnny Gardner. Meantime, Dylan Young's gotten by the 40 car of Sky Commons right now, looking on the ticker. right there on your screen, right here. Looking for any battles on the track right here. Seth Cole's now gotten by. Well, no, actually, Seth Cole actually is still running in 11th position as he and Kyle Matthews trying to weave their way through the field. We mentioned how Keith Batson drives his red track. Let's ride with how Dylan. Let's ride along with Dylan Young, see how he drives in Martinsville. In the turn number, off turn number 2, up to about 120 miles an hour in turn number 1. We saw Batson run 118 the last time on his lap. And RPM wise, he's turning, Batson, Dylan Young turning a little bit more, about maybe 8,800 RPMs in the turn number 1. And up to 121 in the turn number 1, and down to about 67 miles an hour. Well, actually 121 in the turn 3, and down to about 67 miles an hour in the middle of 3 and 4. And about 66 miles an hour in the middle of 1 and 2. Now in the turn 3, he goes. Now you're riding with Charles Sanford in car 24 as he leads the field right now. And Sanford up to about 119 miles an hour in the turn number 1, down to about 4,500 in the middle of 1 and 2, and up to about 8,800 RPMs in the turn number 3. So Charles Sanford right now, his last lap by tallied at just 93.687 miles per hour, while Diva running a little bit faster at 93.719. The fastest lap of the race so far is held by Dylan Young at 94.340. So that's that's the top 10 best laps at the race so far, all tallying over 94 miles an hour right now. So 21 laps in the books and about 54 to go here at Martinsville. All the cars running single file at the moment, so they may go into a bit of a leaders maybe going into lap traffic here, possibly here as the race goes on. There you see the entire field right now. And Sanford about maybe a half a straightaway behind now the 71 car of Jeremy Diaz at the moment. Let's take a look as to how it looks like from the copter cam. There's Sanford, there's Diaz, and they're going into turn number 1. Now he comes off turn number 2 right now. And yeah, there's the difference right there about. There's the difference right about now here. Diaz is going into turn 1 now. Sanford is. Okay, so yeah, that's how the difference looks like right now. Jeremy Diaz is just a half a straightaway ahead of Charles Sanford at the moment, so that's the way it looks like right now. So maybe a few more laps till they get into lap traffic here. And you remember Deaver. I think for Deaver that might play into his hands this time possibly. I guess because remember the last time he was at Martinsville, as I said, looked like he had the race all won. Then with 5 to go, got passed by lap traffic. Lap traffic held him so much that it cost him the win over Kyle Matthews there. So now Batson hopefully to get up in second position at the moment for himself in that Quality Care Ford. In the turn number 1 they go here. 5,500 some margin between the front 2 cars at the moment. Roof cam from the Quality Care Ford. Batson right now 9/10 of a second behind the 24 car of Stamper, who leads this race. Neither him nor Devers won this season so far, and you can bet the desire level is going to be sky high between those front 2 cars. A little classic Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt battling going on here. Reminds me of the finish at this race at this track back in 1999 when Gordon held off Earnhardt in that race. Fall race that year, that is. Batson down about 67 miles an hour in turn number 3, and now up to about 117 in the turn number 1. Back inside with Keith's car. The RPMs didn't quite go up that high that time, only up to 8,500. There's the way the field's running right now here. Zach, I mentioned Gardner's 5th, Zach Rogers running 6th, Tristan Allen is still 7th in the Office Depot 14. Quentin Moore's 8th, Dylan Young still 9th, and Sky Cummins still 10th. Seth Cole still running in 11th position. Kyle Matthews 12th, 13th is Jesse Turner. Mitchell Collins running 14th, 15th right now is Jackson Haywood. Nathan Orman 16th, Joshua Osborne 17th. 18th is William Brock. 19th is now Benjamin Miles as he's gotten by Emmanuel Hartnett, who now matches his car number in 20th position. And then Kev Shearer trying to get up on the back of Hartnett's car. A pair of Toyotas there chasing a Ford right now. There's the look from the roof cam of Charles Samper's view right there, and he's now closing up onto 71 of Jeremy Diaz as he's trying to chase Dylan Poteet. Poteet having a bad run today, runs in 39th position at the moment. Some big names back there too. Cat Batson 38th, 37th is Matt Haas. Like I said, for Poteet this season, it's been a rugged year for him for sure. In the turn number 4, Sanford completes another lap. That is 39 laps in the books, and we are now down to 34 to go here at this racetrack. No, 36 to go, excuse me. Now we're down to 35 to go. So this will be the 40th lap of this race, so just past halfway home in this clean race at Martinsville Speedway. Margin still a half a second between the front 2 cars here, as you see Batson still running in 4th position right now, the number 88 machine. Dylan Young carrying the rear bumper cam on the number 2 Miller Lite Dodge. And you see another Dodge behind him that is Sky Cummins, the same model Intrepid that Dylan Young's running in both 2004 cars. Dylan Young still right now running and still in 9th position right there. Up ahead is 89, Quentin Moore running in 8th in the Morgan Shepherd colors. That's also a 2004 Dodge. He's driving. And then there's another one right there. That's Johnny Gardner. So running in 5th position, the best of the Penske cars at the moment, as he's now trying to chase down Levi McIntyre, trying to take 4th position away in the Aflac Ford Fusion. And there's the look from Charles Sammer's car. So it's the front bumper cam on the machines. We're now down to 30 laps to go here on this racetrack. 45 laps in the books, excuse me. Heading in about to complete the 46th lap of this race. Now, you remember the last time, like I said, we was at Martinsville, lap traffic gave leaders trouble a lot. And it's where the leaders would follow them for about maybe 10, maybe 20 laps in this race. To where even the lap traffic can force the leaders to make the mistake, if at all possible. You know, sometimes some drivers are going to take it as cool as a cucumber, and some would just flat choke it and get loose. You know, not saying that in a negative way, but sometimes that's what happens, especially in short track racing, because they say, old saying goes at Martinsville, catching them is one thing, but passing them is a whole nother story. But right now, Charles Sanford has it all under control for the moment, as the lead is now 48 hundredths of a second between the front two cars. Cole Deaver stalking him in 2nd position right there, kind of stalking like a panther and ready to strike like a water moccasin here. Four-tenths of a second now between the front two cars. Diaz up ahead in the 71 car, trying not to get lapped. But a lot of times it's easier said than done. Sanford trying to close up a little bit in the 24 car. The margin now balloons a little bit now. It's now 49 hundredths of a second between the front two cars as we're now completed the 51st lap. 24 to go here at Martinsville Speedway. There's see where the points leader's at right now, running 12th position at the moment. It's Kyle Matthews, but still stands to lose a little bit of ground in the points right now with Sanford, Deaver, Batson, and McIntyre all running ahead, as is also I think that's about it though. Well, also Seth Cole runs ahead of him right now, but Seth is not going to gain very many points on Matthews at the moment. In the meantime, look at this here. Sound like Jeff Gordon here, but anyway, Deaver's closing up a little bit on the 24 cars. They come off turn number 4. Sanford knows one slip and Deaver's by him. So lap traffic ahead of him right there, and about to experience, and now he may be experiencing a little bit of deja vu here at Martinsville. $20 laps to go in this race. 19 to go now. 38 hundredths of a second right now between the front two cars here. Charles Samber's not won this season. Cole Deaver's not won this season. As I said, the start level is going to be sky high between those front two cars. Deaver drove it in hard that time into turn number 3 as they go off the 4th turn. 34 hundredths now between the front two machines. Back bumper of Charles Sanford's car. You got East Coast versus West Coast here going at it here. You got, well, actually not that East Coast right there. Sanford from California, Deaver from Georgia. And then the top that off, you got you got California in first, Georgia second, state of Maine in third, then you got Ohio fourth and New York fifth. So 5 different states represented in the top 5 positions. Sanford about slipped a little bit going into number 1. Here comes Cole Devers on the low side of the track. Closing in just a little bit there. Let's see, and you know Cole's saying hope he'll do that again, Charles, and Charles goes on the high side that time a little bit. Trying to find and see what line works for him at the moment, and he goes into turn number 1. It's now 28 hundredths of a second that time by. Keith Batson's not out of this, and I don't think McIntyre is neither, the 99 car. So we have a 4-car battle easily for the lead and maybe for the win here at Martinsville Speedway. Off turn number 2, Charles Sanford is saying, come on, lap car, give me a break here. This time by will be 11 laps to go. This will complete the 64th lap of this race. Back into turn number 1. Oh, Sanford slipped on the high side. Here comes Deaver on the low side of the track. They're practically bumper to bumper with each other now, almost coming into turn number 3. And like I said, Deaver's stalking like a panther, about to strike like a moccasin at any second. Sanford really slipped into turn number 1 the last time by. 0.2 of a second now between the front 2 cars as they go into turn number 3. You remember it was about lap 70, I think it was about lap 71, I should say, when the pass happened between Matthews and Deaver. Like I said, can the same fate happen to Sanford? Off to number 4 they come. That completes the 67th lap. We now have 8 laps to go. Charles almost missed that first turn that time as they come off the second turn. Levi McIntyre, meantime, looks for 3rd position on Keith Batson. 3rd place on your screen. McIntyre takes it. Batson forces on, trying to keep from getting passed by Johnny Gardner in the 12 car. In the turn number 3 they come here. Sanford looking to close it all off here as they come off the 4th turn now. 69 in the books. 6 laps to go. Deaver is right there as they go into the 3rd turn now. What's he going to do? Off the 4th turn they come. 70 laps in the books now. 5 to go. We have seen races where the races were settled in the last couple of laps. We actually had a truck race here one time at Martinsville where the leader led the first 48 laps and got passed, coming to the white flag for the win. Sanford pulling ahead at the moment here as we're now down to 4 to go. McIntyre trying to close up on Deaver. Off turn number 4 they come. 3 to go now. Charles comes off the second turn now here. Deaver. I don't know if he's got anything for that 24 car though, unless that 24 slips again going into turn number 1. Deaver could be ready for him at that point here. 2 laps to go. Deaver drove it in hard that time in the turn number 1. 3,100 the last time by between the front 2 cars. White flag this time by Charles Samper out in front. Deaver in second position as they come into turn number 1. 1 lap to go. That was a collision on lap number 74. Deaver tries to close it up a little bit, but I don't think it's going to happen this time as they come off the 4th turn. They come, and he's going to do it for the first time this season. Charles Sanford wins the Goody's Body Paint 500 at Martinsville. A stirring battle between the front 2 cars and a sterling finish, I might add, too, between those front 2. But the man in the Jeff Gordon cars, Charles Sanford, takes the victory here today. Cole Deaver comes home second. Third will go to Levi McIntyre. 4th place will go to Keith Batson. 5th to Johnny Gardner. Zach Rogers comes home 6th. 7th place will go to Tristan Allen. A good day for the 14 team. 8th will go to Quentin Moore. 9th to Dylan Young. And Sky Commons, with a great day, comes home in 40th position. Comes home in 10th position, not 40th. Excuse me on that. Average speed 92.830 miles per hour in this race. So 29 races are in the books as we head to race number 30, which is next on the tour, which will be the last short track race of the season. As we will head to North Wilkesboro for the Tyson Holly Farms 400. That will be coming up coming up, I should say, as we're 29 in the books and 5 races left to go. That's North Wilkesboro, Charlotte, Rockingham, Phoenix, and Homestead. That's the last 5 of the races of the season. Seth Cole didn't quite get the 4 in a row, though he still comes up with a nice 11, so it helps him a lot in the points. Kyle Metis didn't lose as much in the points as he could have. He comes home in 12th. 13th, Jesse Turner. 14th, Mitchell Collins. 15th, Jackson Haywood. Nathan Orman, 16th. Joshua Osborne, a kind of meh for him, 17th. 18th will go to William Brock. 19th, Benjamin Miles. And 20th will go to Emmanuel Hartnett. Kev Shear comes home in 21st. 22nd, Zach Winkle. 23rd, Jay Jefferson. 24th, Ryan George. Shane Lake, 25th. Phil Parker. Zachary Fitzwater, Mike Becker, Carson Gum, and Rob Evans, the top 30. Then James Henry, Matthew Logan, Daniel Bouchard, Michael Whitman, Ryan Brummer, Paul Minnick, Matt Haas, Cat Batson, Dylan Poteet, and Jeremy Diaz. All 40 cars finished on the lead lap in this race here today. So if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got races, gaming videos. We're the president of the NNSCRA Seth Coles Riders for his channel. And be sure to check out our other series as well, including the NNSCRA Pedigree Xfinity Series, the Duracell Cup Series, the Boaster All-Pro Series, and on Thrashmania 899's channel, the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, as well as his brand new series that we might want to check out too, and also check out his channel as well. Here's some pretty cool stuff as well. And also on the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel, we also got in our online racing videos as well too. So check those out too. Some best stuff is under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those traces out, and also not regret checking this channel out neither. So that was it today here at Martinsville Speedway here. For now, this is James Qualls in the production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at North Wilkesboro.